Someone just made the boldest claim in the history of robotics. They say they have built the most advanced humanoid robot ever created. Not the most powerful, not the most expensive, the most advanced. And when you actually look at the data behind every major claim in this race right now, the answer might completely change how you think about what is coming. In April 2026, a video went viral showing what could be the most impressive robotics demonstration ever recorded. A humanoid robot walking, talking, and performing factory works simultaneously in real time. The comments section exploded. 60 million views in 48 hours. And every single major robotics company started trending on social media within hours. Most people measure advance the wrong way. They look at the robot's face, its hands, its walk, how human it looks. Hollywood trained us to think this way. The Terminator, Westworld, Ex Machina. The more human-looking the robot, the more advanced it must be. That is the wrong metric. And every robotics company is quietly hoping you keep using it, because the real measure of an advanced robot has nothing to do with appearance. It has everything to do with what it can do without being told. Right now, 5 companies are making serious claims to this title. Tesla Optimus, Figure AI, Unitree Robotics, Sanctuary AI. Each has put hundreds of millions of dollars into their machine. Each has a compelling highlight reel, and each of them has a completely different definition of what advanced means. Let us start with Tesla Optimus. Tesla's Optimus can fold laundry. Let me say that again, because it is more significant than it sounds. A robot that costs roughly $20,000 to manufacture can complete one of the most spatially complex tasks a human hand performs daily. But Optimus is not impressive because it can fold laundry. It is impressive because of where it is doing it. Tesla deployed over 1,000 Optimus units inside their own Fremont factory in early 2025. Not in a lab, not on a demo stage, on an actual production floor. Think about what it means to have 1,000 robots doing real work in a real factory. Every error a robot makes is a lesson. Every successful task is a training sample. Tesla is effectively running the world's largest real-world robotics training program, and they are paying for it with factory output, not venture capital. Tesla has said they plan to ship 100,000 units in 2025. At $20,000 each, that is a $2 billion robotics product line. Now let us talk about Figure 02. In early 2024, Figure released a video that genuinely shocked the robotics industry. A Figure U2 robot stood at a workstation in a BMW factory. A BMW engineer walked up and had a normal conversation with it. Not a scripted prompt, a real question, the robot answered, explained what it was doing, and kept working. Simultaneously. That had never happened before on a factory floor. Figure 02 is powered by a custom visual language model built in partnership with OpenAI. It can reason about its environment in natural language. It can explain its decisions. It can course correct when it makes a mistake. That is not a manufacturing robot pretending to be intelligent. That is a robot that is actually reasoning. Figure has raised over $600 million in funding. Their backers include Microsoft, OpenAI, Bezos Expeditions, and Intel Capital. That is not a startup bet. That is a civilizational bet. Then there is Boston Dynamics Atlas. The new electric Atlas is in a completely different category for physical capability. Atlas does not walk like a human. It moves better than a human. It can bend backward in ways human spines cannot. Rotate joints past human range of motion limits. Lift and place objects with a precision no human worker can maintain at scale. Boston Dynamics has called this superhuman range of motion. They are not exaggerating. Here is what makes Atlas different from every other robot on this list. It does not get tired. It does not take breaks. It does not call in sick. In automotive and heavy manufacturing, Atlas is not competing with robots. It is competing with the human workforce directly. Hyundai paid $1.1 billion to acquire Boston Dynamics. That is a bet that physical capability is the lasting moat in robotics. But here is what most people are getting completely wrong about this race. They are comparing these robots like they are finished products. They are not. They are learning machines. And learning rate changes everything. Before I get to that, let me give you the wild card. Unitree G1 is a humanoid robot that costs $16,000. $16,000. The same price as a used car. At that price point, the entire question of most advanced changes. If Unitree is 60% as capable as Optimus at 20% of the cost, then Unitree wins on deployment math. You do not need the best robot if you can afford to deploy 5 of them for the price of 1. And Sanctuary AI Phoenix takes a completely different approach than all of them. Phoenix is designed to learn by watching humans work, not from instructions, not from training datasets, from observation. Sanctuary calls their AI system Carbon. Carbon watches a human perform a task and then transfers that skill to Phoenix. Think about what that means for skill acquisition. Today, a factory might take 3 months to train a human worker to perform a complex task. Phoenix can potentially compress that to days. If Carbon works, Sanctuary does not need to build the best robot. They just need to build the most teachable one. So how do you actually judge which robot is most advanced? You need 4 criteria, not 1. Criterion 1, physical capability. What can the body do? Range of motion, strength, balance, speed. Criterion 2, cognitive capability. How much can the robot figure out on its own without programming every step? Criterion 3, commercial viability. Can it be manufactured, deployed, and operated at scale with real profit margins? Criterion 4, learning velocity. How fast does the robot improve from real-world experience? Now score each robot across all 4. Physical capability winner, Boston Dynamics Atlas. Nothing moves like Atlas. Cognitive capability winner, Figure 02. Nothing reasons like Figure with its open AI brain. Commercial viability winner, Tesla Optimus. No company can manufacture at Tesla's scale. Learning velocity winner. This is where it gets interesting. Tesla does not just have 1,000 robots learning in factories. Tesla has 6 million cars on the road. Every Tesla vehicle is a data collection machine. 14 billion miles of real-world driving data. That is the equivalent of 30 million years of human driving experience. That data trained the neural networks that now run Optimus. And every Optimus hour in a factory is adding manipulation data to that same system. No competitor has anything close to this data flywheel. Figure is partnered with OpenAI, but does not have the real-world data volume. Atlas is physically superior, but Boston Dynamics is not a data company. Unitree is cheap, but the underlying AI is years behind. Sanctuary is conceptually brilliant, but unproven at scale. Here is why this question matters beyond the technology. Goldman Sachs estimates the global humanoid robot market will hit $200 billion by 2035. The company that wins this race will not just build robots. They will supply the labor force of the next industrial revolution. We are not watching a product launch cycle. We are watching the opening moves of the biggest economic shift since the internet. So which robot is most advanced? Right now, today, in this moment? It depends on what you are optimizing for. For pure physical performance, Atlas. For reasoning and autonomy, Figure. For deployment and affordability, Optimus or Unitree, depending on your budget. But if the question is which robot will be most advanced in 3 years, Tesla is the only rational answer. Because the robot that learns the fastest becomes the robot that wins everything. And Tesla has built a learning machine with 6 million data collectors already deployed. No one else has that. No one even comes close. By 2030, every major manufacturer warehouse, and supply chain will be asking this question. The answer will determine which companies survive the transition and which ones get replaced by the robots they were too slow to adopt. If you found this valuable, hit subscribe. We cover what actually matters in AI every week.